In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to become the best version of yourself, create your best life, and manifest your deepest desires. So, whether it is the love, the romantic relationship, the aligned connections that you want to call in, whether it is the success that you want to have in your business or career, you just want to thrive in life, this video is for you, okay? So, welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to dive in. Again, anything that I'm sharing with you really comes from my own personal experience in the transformation that I've had, what has worked for me, and also what has worked for my clients in the amazing results and transformations that they've had as well. For anyone who wants to work with me one-on-one, the link is down below, and go ahead, hit the subscribe button as well. So let's dive in. How to become the best version of yourself. First of all, it is recognizing and stepping into your power as the creator of your reality. No more giving your power away to anything or anyone outside of yourself. No more centering other people, putting other people on a pedestal, or making them the center of your reality. No more making other people the main character in your movie, but instead reclaiming your power and actually deciding and declaring that you are the center of your reality. You're the one that creates your life, and you have that power within you to create the life that you want. So, how I really see the true limitless power of who we actually are, our true nature, our true limitless nature, underneath the limited ego, right? Based on the script that you have been fed since you were born about who you believe yourself to be. You're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, you are this deeper awareness. And whatever you place your awareness on grows. Whatever you focus on, you call in more of. But I was walking along the beach and an analogy came to me, which is sometimes you can get really caught up in your thoughts. You can get really caught up in your emotions, thinking that it's so real, thinking this is who I am. And it can get you really into this limited sort of view of who you are, and it can really make you forget your power. And the way that I saw it is sometimes when you're down on the ground, you're looking up at the sky and you're getting really doom and gloom, looking at the clouds like they're your thoughts and getting really attached to them. Instead of letting the clouds pass by and recognizing that you're actually not your thoughts and you're simply observing them, you're actually holding on to that thought. You're holding on to the thought of, oh, they don't like me, or everything in my life is going really bad, or I can't do that. You're holding on to that and identifying with that. And that's what you are only seeing, right? But when you are in an aeroplane, I love to travel. And when I'm in an aeroplane, I love how when you go above the clouds, the sun is always shining. The sun is always there, no matter what. That is your power. It's like you have this ball of fire or this ball of light, this sunshine within you, and that's who you actually are. It's the pure love, it's the pure happiness, it's the pure peace. It is this limitlessness that you have within yourself. That is your power. That is the source of who you actually are. And so instead of getting so caught up in, the thoughts and the emotions, remind yourself of your power that is constant. It's always there. Sometimes you might forget it, sometimes you might slip out of it, and that's okay. Allow yourself to be human, right? Have that love, have that compassion for yourself. In fact, that's a massive part of actually being your best self. It's loving and accepting yourself, because whatever you are essentially giving to yourself, if you're treating yourself with love and compassion, forgiveness, empathy, understanding, patience, other people are going to also respond to you in the same way because the world is responding to you, right? So have that love, have that compassion with your human self. But at the end of the day, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. In my own personal experience, that's how I see it. And that's what I have experienced. And it's so vital, it's so important that if you're wanting to consciously create your life, your best life, remind yourself of your power every single day. Remind yourself of who you actually are. This version of yourself is already whole, is already complete, is already happy, fulfilled, worthy, deserving, good enough, safe to experience, to have, to receive everything that you already want. And so in giving yourself full permission to actually be this powerful version of yourself, to give yourself permission to receive everything that you want, you're actually bypassing all of those like negative thoughts, all of that resistance, any of the excuses or reasons that your logical limited mind will try to give you that you can't have what you want, and you're going straight to your limitless power, and then you're showing up and you're living from that place. And from that place, literally anything is possible. There's a complete difference between you taking action from your limited, fearful ego place and you taking action and living from your internal power, like that sunshine, that fire, that light inside of you. Completely different outcomes in my own experience, right? So it's all about you stepping into your power and then changing the way that you see yourself from this space. What is the image that you're actually going to create about yourself? So if you have had a negative self-image, and I used to have a terrible self-image, like I did not like who I was. I did not see myself in the best light. I did not see myself through the eyes of unconditional love. I was only focusing on my flaws. I was focusing on all the things that were wrong with me. And I was actually beating myself up a lot, right? I was actually being on the opposing team. I was being my worst enemy, essentially. I was being my own inner critic, and I was listening to that criticism. So if you're wanting to become your best self, shift your self-image, shift the way that you see yourself, start to see yourself through the eyes of unconditional love. And if you were to be your own best friend, if you were to be on your own team, if you were to lift yourself up, if you were to essentially want the best for yourself, if you were to focus on the good things about yourself, what would you choose to focus on? How would you choose to see yourself? How would you speak to yourself in the mirror? What sort of things would you tell yourself? So, for example, say you want to go for your dream job, or say you want to go do something that you feel called to do, right? Whether it's like traveling, or you want to ask someone out, or whatever it is. Instead of that negative chatter, instead of that negative self-talk, if you were to be on your own team, what would you say to yourself instead? You would say, of course you can do it. Of course you're going to get that job. Of course that person's going to say yes, and they would be lucky to even go out with you. How would you start to see yourself in a positive light? For example, you're so beautiful, you're so radiant, you're so magnetic, you're irresistible, you're irreplaceable, you're unforgettable, you are the best. You bring so much value to the world. Actually starting to focus on the beautiful uniqueness that you actually bring to the world, remembering that you're one of one. Like, there literally is no one else like you on the entire planet. There is no one, there's not an other you on this entire planet, in this universe anyway, in this reality anyway. So focusing on the good parts of yourself, and even the parts of yourself that you don't like, even the parts of yourself that you see as an imperfection or a flaw, or the human parts of yourself where you are going to make mistakes, like you are going to mess up, because that's part of the human experience. But it's in how you speak to yourself, it's in how you actually see yourself even in those moments, treating yourself even in those moments where maybe you haven't been the best version of yourself, maybe you have messed up, like actually bringing that love, that compassion, that forgiveness to yourself and reminding yourself of your value, reminding yourself of your worth, that you are innately worthy and valuable just because you're born. Just like how you would speak to a newborn baby, like you literally would never say to a newborn baby, you're not worthy. Like you would never see a newborn baby as not worthy. You would see a newborn baby as so worthy, as so valuable, as pure, as good enough, as deserving of everything that they want. Because you cannot literally look at a newborn baby and not see that, right? You see the pure essence, the pure nature of a newborn baby. And once you start to see that innocent nature within yourself, you will start to up-level your self-image. And therefore, people will also start to mirror that back to you. You will start to up-level the confidence that you have within yourself and start to put yourself out there, start to say yes to opportunities, and actually start to, even on a subconscious level, allow yourself to receive everything that you want because you believe that you're worthy, you're valuable, and you're good enough to receive all of it, right? So the next part of becoming the best version of yourself is connecting to the happiness, the love, the abundance, and the peace that you have available to you within yourself. So a lot of the time, and I know I used to do this a lot, I used to feel like I was missing something, and I was always searching for my happiness, for peace, for love, for abundance outside of myself. I was trying to get it out there in my reality. I was trying to get it from men. I was trying to get it from friends, from family, all the while being like, why do I feel so unhappy within myself? Why do I never seem to feel full within myself? And when I started to shift this and actually start to connect and go within, to connect to that happiness within myself, oh my goodness, once you start to connect to that, it's like your cup becomes overflowing and you can then give from an overflowing place. You come into your own wholeness and you recognize that actually you are never incomplete. You already had everything that you ever were searching for inside of yourself. Therefore, when you show up, even from a state of wholeness, of abundance, you are a match to more of that, more wholeness, more abundance than everything that you're manifesting, whether it's that person, that romantic partner, friends, money, the job, whatever it is, all becomes a bonus. It becomes the sprinkles, right? The sprinkles on top of the cake. And therefore, you're always actually feeling this baseline of happiness within yourself. And that actually makes you become so radiant, so magnetic, and so irresistible. Like people will literally feel like they're just drawn to you because you've got this essence about you. People are drawn to people who are happy within themselves. People are drawn to people who are at peace within themselves. So the more that you're actually feeling happy and fulfilled and connecting to like that pure love and that peace and that abundance within yourself, naturally you're going to start to attract everything that you want effortlessly because it's just who you are. It's just your nature. You are a match for all of those things. So then another part of this then is following your happiness. So I remember a time where I used to do everything apart from what made me happy. I used to do what was expected of me, what I thought would make other people happy. And it actually made me completely miserable. It literally brought me to rock bottom. So how I really shifted that was making a vow with myself. I made a vow to myself, literally like I was getting married to myself and I was making a vow, I was making a promise, I was making a commitment, a lifelong, forever commitment to myself. I am going to follow my happiness, follow my intuition, follow my true heart's desire, like really live from what brings me joy, and actually put my own happiness first. And that actually allowed me to show up from, again, a very full and resourced place to be able to give back to the people in my life. Like, I'm able to now give back and give and receive love because I do that for myself. I'm full and I'm whole and I'm complete within myself. And I'm able to like spread that happiness to the people in my life because I'm actually genuinely happy within myself. So the more that I started to follow what made me happy, actually the more opportunities, aligned connections, the right people, I would end up in the right place at the right time. Everything would just fall into place very naturally. And I would attract things to me just very easily and effortlessly. Like, I started my business that led to aligned clients, that led to money, that led to freedom, that led to me living my best life, feeling fulfilled, helping people. I would start to meet the right people that would lead me to the right things at the right time. And you could call it synchronicity, but it's really just being in flow. It's really just living in alignment with your best self and following what actually makes you happy. And you can even ask yourself, if you don't necessarily know the bigger picture, I just knew that I wanted to travel, so I went and did that. I knew that I wanted to help people, so I started to open up to the possibility of that, and then started to even just help people, actually strangers on the street, when I would meet them. And then that turned into helping people through women's circles that I hold. It started helping people through coaching, and even through YouTube as well, right? So things will lead to the next, but just start to follow your happiness today. What would make you happy? What would make you happy, right? What's something that you can go do after this that is going to make you genuinely happy? The next part of becoming your best self is being your authentic self no matter what. No matter what. This again changed my life. Before, I would almost be a chameleon. I would be a chameleon to fit in with whoever I was around, and I would match them. I would match them where they were at. And that actually led to me sacrificing myself, and again, me not feeling happy within who I was, me feeling a bit resentful as well towards people. So instead, how I shifted this, and how you can really start to become the best version of yourself as well and live your best life, is being your true authentic self no matter what, no matter who you're around. When you walk into a room, you make that vow with yourself. I am going to be my true authentic self, no filter, no censors, no masks to fit in. I'm only available to be loved and accepted for who I really am. And that in itself is true freedom. And again, when you start to be your authentic self, literally the right people are magnetized to you. You can actually make genuine connections with people because you're not wearing a mask. You don't have your walls up. You're actually just like, your heart is open, your energy is open, you're an open book. And it just allows people to genuinely connect with you on a deeper level. And again, just allows you to become more of who you actually are. Everything that is meant for you, everything that is aligned with that version of you. Like, if you are living in accordance with your values, with what's actually important to you, like you're living in accordance with, the values that are important to you, whether it's connection, adventure, freedom, love, community, if you are living in accordance with those values, with what's truly important to you, and your habits are really supportive of that, your life, like just the way that you live on a day-to-day basis, will begin to shape you and your life into like living your dream, literally living your dream. So if you're actually doing things that are not in alignment with your authentic self, like actually pay attention to where are you doing things just to be liked, to be validated, to be approved of. So for example, for me, I used to go out and drink and talk about things that I wasn't really interested. I would censor myself. I wasn't really talking about spiritual things. I felt like I couldn't do that. I felt like I had to, basically be someone that I wasn't. I felt like I had to go and do things that I wasn't really interested in. Whereas now I focus the majority of my time, like I just show up as my authentic self. I talk about spiritual things, I talk about manifestation, I talk about, whatever. And I actually have deep, meaningful conversations with the people that I love. I can also laugh and have a joke and be lighthearted, but I'm not hiding who I am. I feel like I can just speak about literally whatever I want to speak about, and I'm just being my true authentic self. And I noticed that people actually started to reflect that back to me. They started to reflect this love, this acceptance back to me, because actually they started to feel like they could be their true authentic selves as well. So it's this beautiful invitation for other people then to be their best selves around you as well. It's almost like you're setting the tone, you're setting the vibration, the frequency, whatever word you want to use. And then people are like rising up to meet you instead of you being like, nah, I'm just gonna like meet them where they're at. You're just stepping up, showing up, being the best version of yourself. And actually, you will transform other people's lives. You will be a light in this world just by being who you authentically are. And you will attract everything that's authentically aligned to you. And even the way that you spend your time as well. Is it in alignment with the values, with what's really important to you? So I started to do things, I started to create habits that were deeply aligned with who I actually am. So meditating, exercising, going and moving my body, whether it's running in nature, walking in nature, dancing, actually going to events where like-minded people would be, people who are also interested in the same things as me, traveling, just again, doing the things that made me happy. So do the things that make you happy, do the things that are truly aligned with you, and be your true authentic self, no matter what, no matter who you are around. Stop trying to be someone that you think that they want you to be, and instead be your true authentic self, because you deserve to be loved, chosen, valued, respected, and prioritized for exactly who you are, period, right? So own it, own it, affirm it below. And then the last part that I want to share about becoming your true authentic self is setting goals and challenging yourself, setting intentions that maybe are outside your comfort zone, that are stretching you to actually be your best self, that are, actually allowing you to understand and learn who you are on a deeper level. So again, that completely changed my life because it allowed me to grow. It allowed me to transform. You can't really grow and transform if you're always staying stuck inside your comfort zone. That's where nothing changes. Yes, you're going to feel fear sometimes if you go outside of your comfort zone, if you're doing something new, if it's unfamiliar, if there is growth and transformation on the other side, but it is going to be worth it because you're going to learn who you are. You're going to be so proud of the person that you're becoming and prioritize that over being liked. That is where you start to step into the best version of yourself. You start to be someone that you love, you're proud of, and your life will mirror that. Like you will magnetize the right people. You will manifest your dream relationship. You will manifest like your dream job, the money, the lifestyle that you want to have that is deeply aligned to you, that actually is going to make you happy. It's no one else's idea or version of success. It's actually yours. It's yours, right? So no paying attention to other people's opinions of what they think you should do or who they think you should be, but actually appoint yourself as the leader of your life, lead from your power, and have fun with it. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If it has, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a subscribe. And if anyone is wanting to work with me one-on-one in my private coaching, you can see the details down below in the description for one-on-one sessions and to work with me in longer term packages as well. Again, if that's for you, if you want deeper support around having this life-changing transformation within yourself and your life. So I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I assume that you will, and I'll see you in the next video.